30,000 Days, a story about time, living fully, and the life most people never get to keep. The average human life is 30,000 days. That is it. 30,000 mornings. 30,000 chances to choose how you spend the hours you are given. Most people never think about this number. They live as if time is infinite, as if there will always be more of it, as if someday is a place they can visit whenever they are finally ready. But someday is not a place, and time does not wait. This is the story of a man who needed to learn that before it was too late to matter. In a busy modern city, there lived a 35-year-old man named Adam. Adam had a good life, a stable job in a financial firm, a comfortable apartment on the 14th floor, a salary that paid for everything he needed and most things he wanted. From the outside, his life looked complete.
But on the inside, Adam felt something he had never admitted to anyone. He felt like he was watching his life through a window, not living it, just watching it. Days passed, then weeks, then months. The same alarm at 6:45, the same coffee, the same commute, the same desk, the same meetings, the same takeout on the way home, the same television until he fell asleep. And then the alarm again at 6:45. He was not unhappy exactly. He was just absent, going through the motions of a life without ever truly being inside it. One evening, Adam's father called. His father was 68 years old, a quiet man who had spent 40 years working at the same company, doing work he was never passionate about.
"I went to the doctor today," his father said. His voice was steady, but different somehow. "They found something. My heart. Nothing immediate. But Adam, they told me I need to slow down. I need to change things." Adam listened on the other end of the phone. His father was quiet for a moment. Then he said something Adam had not expected. "I have been thinking about something ever since I left that office today. I have been thinking about all the things I told myself I would do someday. The places I would visit. The time I would spend with the people I love. The things I would learn. The conversations I kept putting off." Another pause. "Someday never came, Adam. I kept waiting for the right time. And now I am 68, and the doctor is telling me to be careful with the time I have left."
Do not do what I did. Do not wait for someday. Adam sat in his apartment long after the call ended. He looked around the room, at the comfortable furniture, at the television still on with no sound, at the takeout container on the coffee table. And for the first time in a very long time, he really looked. Not at the things in the room, but at the life he was living inside it. He thought about his father's words. He thought about 35 years of his own days. How many of them he could actually remember? How many of them had truly felt alive? The honest answer was frightening. The next morning, Adam did something different. He woke up before his alarm. He made his coffee slowly, paying attention to it. He walked to work instead of taking the subway, a longer route he had never taken before. He passed a street market, a small bookshop with a handwritten sign in the window, a park where an old man was teaching his grandson how to play chess on a bench. He had walked near this neighborhood for 3 years. He had never seen any of it. Not because it was not there, because he had never been present enough to look. That evening,
He called his father back. "Tell me something," Adam said. "If you could start over at 35, what would you actually do differently?" His father did not answer immediately. When he did, he said simply, "I would stop treating my life like something that was going to start later. I would stop saving my real living for a time that felt more ready."
I would invest in the people around me while I still had them within reach. I would spend less time chasing things that impressed strangers and more time building things that mattered to me. I would take care of my body like it was the only house I would ever live in. Because it is, Adam. It is the only one you get. And I would stop waiting to feel ready before I tried the things I was afraid to try. Ready is a feeling that never fully arrives. You just have to start. Adam wrote down what his father said, not on his phone, on paper, with a pen. Slowly, the way you write something you do not want to forget.
Over the next several months, Adam changed. Not all at once, not dramatically, but steadily and quietly, the way a river reshapes stone. He started going to bed earlier so he could wake up with energy instead of surviving on exhaustion. He started exercising, not to look different, but to feel present in his own body, to think more clearly, to show up to each day with something in the tank. He started calling people he had neglected. An old friend from university he had not spoken to in 4 years. His sister, who lived 2 cities away and whose children were growing up without him in the picture. He realized something in those conversations that surprised him. The people he loved most, he had been treating like a low-priority item on a very long to-do list.
Always meaning to get to them. Always finding something more urgent first. He changed that. He started learning again. Not for his career, not for his salary, just for the pure feeling of his brain encountering something new. He took a photography class on Saturday mornings. He was not good at it. He did not care. He was present for it. And being present for something imperfect was more alive than being absent from something comfortable. He started paying attention to how he spent his energy, not just his time. He noticed which things drained him and which things filled him. He started protecting the things that filled him instead of giving his best hours to things that left him empty. And slowly, gradually, the feeling of watching his life through a window began to change. He was not watching it anymore. He was inside it. 1 year after his father's phone call, Adam visited him. They sat together in the garden of the house Adam had grown up in. His father looked different, slower, but somehow more present, more here than he had been in all the years Adam could remember. They drank tea and said very little for a while. Then his father asked, "How do you feel?" Adam thought about it honestly. "Like I woke up," he said. "Like I have been asleep for 10 years and I finally woke up." His father nodded slowly. That is all any of us can do. Wake up before it is too late to do something with the time we still have. He looked at the garden, the trees, the light coming through the leaves, the small, ordinary beauty of an afternoon that would never come again, exactly like this. You know what I have learned, Adam? Life does not feel short when you are truly living it. It only feels short when you look back and realize how much of it you spent somewhere else, in your head, worrying about the future, replaying the past,
waiting for someday to arrive. The secret is not more time. The secret is being here, fully here.
30,000 days. That is what most of us are given. Some of us will use them fully. Present, awake, intentional, filling each day with something real. And some of us will spend them waiting for someday. Here is what Adam's story teaches, and what his father learned the hard way, so Adam did not have to. Your life does not begin when you have more money, more time, more confidence, more of whatever it is you are currently waiting for.
Your life is happening right now, in this moment, in the ordinary Tuesday afternoon that will never come again. The people you love, they need you now, not later. Your health, it needs your attention now, not later. The things you have always wanted to try, they are waiting for you now, not someday. You do not need to change everything. You do not need a perfect plan. You just need to wake up. Pick one thing, just one, that you have been putting off until someday, and start today. Because today is the only day that is actually real. If this story reached something inside you, please give it a like and share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Subscribe for more stories like this one. Until next time, wake up, show up, and make your days count.